Well, hey there. It's such a gorgeous day today. I just thought I had to do this particular video outside. It's about 10 o'clock when I'm doing this, and I've been up and at 'em all morning. Already been out for a nice long morning walk. Had 32 ounces of watermelon juice, and then 32 ounces of watermelon juice just got me going. I mean, I was literally rabid, just like I could I could have drank a gallon and made myself sick, but fortunately I had another beast of a watermelon, a serious watermelon, so I cut that and ate my fill on it, and now I'm just ready to kind of start the day. I'm hoping, I got a lot to do, but I'm hoping I'm gonna get out here and get some of this vitamin D because it's just stunning out here today. So anyhow, this one is I want to talk about seasonal raw food diet changes. Perfect time right now. I do videos every day, so if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, I'd really appreciate it if you'd hit that subscribe button now and come back and look at some more videos. Then click on the little bell and check send notifications so you'll stay subscribed to the channel. Yeah, this is just going to be one kind of telling you my experience. There's not a whole lot of why, where, who, what, when. That's all I really am, is kind of an experiment. I get all these deep questions and I got no clue. Half the why, like 90% of the whys people ask me, I'm like, I don't know. I don't really think about it. I just eat. Listen, I try to be as transparent as possible, and I try to be as real as possible. And what you see is as real as it gets. I don't eat for the camera. I'd probably have a better Instagram channel if I did, because I think a lot of people do that. Ain't nobody eating something different every single day for 30, 40, 365 days. You know, I've found what works for me. I found what I like, and I just pretty much keep it simple, and it works for me. Some of the stuff I do know, but I'm not going to necessarily, you know, get into all detail of why. It just does. It just does. It's called it's a fruit life thing. You got to be there to understand it. Sorry, I'm just being a little bit silly today, but no, you know, I wanted to do this video because this is the first year. You know, if you've watched my channel for any amount of time, you will know my story that prior to July of last year, July 17, I had been living in Costa Rica for 18 years. And I'm just kind of on hold until I'm able to get back down there. But having been down there for 18 years, we don't really have seasons. We have rainy season and we have dry season. But as far as like the temperature and a lot of the variables go, we don't really have much of a season down there, you know. And fruit, you know, we have fruit, the same fruits. I mean, there's seasons, but we pretty much, because Costa Rica has so many different microclimates and fruits coming from different parts of Costa Rica, you've got mangoes. Yeah, there is a certain time of year for mangoes, but there's mangoes all year round. There's pineapples all year round, papaya, everything. So this has been interesting for me. This is especially, I don't feel the fall. I love the fall, although we don't get much of a fall here, but there wasn't that much of a difference when we went from winter to fall. It was just kind of like, whew. It was actually the opposite of what most people would think. Instead of, you know, you would think the summer's when you get out and you're your most vibrant and you're running around and you're being active and whatever. Well, July, August, and even September here where I am in lower Alabama can just be nasty. So for me, the fall was more just like kind of a light spring or like a light summer. And then, you know, we almost rolled from kind of light summer into winter. So I didn't feel all that much then. So didn't have anything to talk about back then. But this year, between kind of like rolling from spring into summer, has just been like such a metamorphosis for me. I just felt like my body just whoof, open up. And there's probably a lot of different factors going into that. You know, number one, you know, my mom being in the nursing home, me having the house to myself now, and I'm kind of back to my old patterns and habits like I live. I roam a lot. I had like kind of subdued myself while my mom was here, you know, just so she wouldn't think she got a crazy person in the house, or so it wouldn't bother her. But I wander all the time. I'm constantly wandering around the yard, through the house. If you guys watched me when I was on the mountain in Costa Rica, you saw me. I was just wandering around all the time. You know, I like to get up. I work for a while, but then I like to get up and move, stretch out. And I'm just constantly moving. So my body's, that kind of coincided too, because that happened right back around the 1st of April. But man, as soon as I started getting watermelon, And as soon as the weather went from where we were seeing, we weren't seeing any sun. I think it was actually the first day that I got out and got some vitamin D. It was just like, boom, it's on. We have switched. We are now into, and there was kind of a switch from winter. It was almost more, like I say, from winter to summer. We don't have those defined seasons here, a hardcore spring or a hard fall. They just kind of roll together. But my body has just felt so much differently over the past, I'd say, 6 weeks or so. As the changes, as more fruits. Okay, I started, one of the biggest things, and I'm doubling down on this again, no matter what you want to do, if you want to lose weight, if you want to detox, if you want to just have a way to be more raw, the watermelon is my religion now. I mean, I just can't get enough of it when it's good. Now, I feel you, some people, and don't tell me your tales of woe. God, there's nothing more sad than the people out there, the sad sacks that just, they have to always list how bad their fruit is. I'm sorry, player. Save some money, get on Craigslist, do yourself a hustle, go to Costa Rica, go to Puerto Rico, go somewhere where you can get some tropical fruit. But stop telling us how bad the fruit is where you are. You live in the Arctic and you decide, I want to be a raw vegan fruitarian. Doesn't make any sense. We still got to use a little common sense on this lifestyle. But yeah, as soon as this weather changed, I just flipped into another pattern, and it's almost like, I kind of, the butterfly, I don't ever think of myself as a butterfly, but the butterfly emerged. Was inside all winter, hardly got outside, I wasn't eating heavy. The food hasn't changed a lot, but just the subtleties have been enough. I've tightened up. I've lost weight during the spring. I got more energy. Like I say, I walk every day now. I started walking a couple of weeks ago. And it just builds. It's like having a perpetual motion machine. This is all just, and that's why I wanted to do this. If you just roll with the spring, if you roll with that season of new birth, of how it's supposed to be, you can just roll right into a state of elevated health. Because I'm flying right now. Sometimes I've actually eaten a little bit more fat the last couple of weeks to kind of pull myself down a little. And I can't quite eat as much watermelon as I would like to. I mean, I could almost just like go to my curb market today and buy, and they're expensive, they're $9, but they're beast. I bet that watermelon I had yesterday was 30 or 40 pounds. So I could just buy, a whole bunch of those and just live on watermelon for a while. But man, my weight plummets. Like, that's something too that just shifted. As the season changed and I got back into, my morning routine that I talk about a lot. It's not really a routine because it's not set, but I'm trying to, almost if I can, I have watermelon here every day. If I can start my day with watermelon juice, that's heavenly. And then eat some watermelon. But the problem is if I fill my belly up and get a little bit of that watermelon belly, or get too close to that watermelon belly, then I don't feel like eating anything else for a while. And then I end up missing, I kind of get to the end of the day and I'm like, I probably should have gotten another little smoothie or something. I'm kind of like, I think you missed about 300 or 400 calories, maybe 5. And over the course of enough days that happens, and I'm like, okay, you got to start eating. You're going to waste away. You're going to get into that summer mode and just disappear. And that's what I'll do. None of that, I don't make up anything I do about my fat levels or whatever, but once my body morphs and it changes kind of into that summer mode, which it was almost always in when I lived at the beach, I have to work my ass off to keep the food, to keep the weight on. I caught it this time. I was starting to go, and then I'm like, nope, gotta eat. So the last few days, I've been doubling down on the bananas. Today's gonna be a huge green smoothie day, and also banana and ice cream because I got bananas in the freezer. But yeah, it just all happened, more juicy fruits in the morning, which hydrate me. That's a part of it too, I think. I think I'm feeling so much more energy because even though I wasn't dehydrated to the point of making me sick for the months prior, I hadn't made hydration a priority. I just kind of gotten to where I'd rather eat my hydration. I still drink water when I need to, but I'd rather eat my hydration, drink watermelon juice for my hydration. So my hydration level has gone way up in the last 6 weeks. So that helps a lot. I've experimented with that, and I don't know why I haven't gotten to the point where I just like, dude, you need to do this all the time. I go through these patches where I'm like focused on being hydrated every day, and it makes such a difference. If you don't think it makes a difference, you've never been truly hydrated, and you don't know that contrast between, you know, and when I say dehydrated, I probably shouldn't say dehydrated, less than properly hydrated, because if you're dehydrated, you're going to be already in problems. But I'm just talking about that next level by being properly hydrated. You know, I bounce. You might as well call me Tigger. I bounce so much. You remember Tigger with the bounceable tail and Winnie the Pooh? I don't know what cartoons kids are being read these days. So, but yeah, I'm bouncing when I'm walking. When I'm walking through the park, I'm just on fire. And my senses have changed with this season too. I see every bird. There's a bird sitting over there, and I don't even have contacts in. I have to wear these sunglasses because I'll squint. Lines all around my eyes if don't have these on, and I'm trying to do this video. But yeah, I notice everything. I notice every squirrel. I probably counted 15, 18 squirrels. So it's like my senses are heightened. I feel lighter. I just have a feeling of lightness all the time. I feel like I can get up and go all the time, and I do. I'd even roll out after dinner. You know, I walked first thing this morning. If the weather stays like this and we don't get one of our afternoon thunder boomers, I'll probably walk after dinner. That's kind of become my zen, because I'm not comfortable just sitting there anymore, you know. I'm like Grandpa. I eat at the same time with the news every day. I have my dinner about 5. So by 5:30, I've just decided I'm not ready to take it to the couch, or, you know, I'm not, with the weather still nice and bright outside, I'm not even really ready to go back and do work if I'm gonna work after dinner. So I get out and walk. And, you know, like I say, my body is trimmed right down. I don't know why. I think maybe in the winter it's just natural. You carry a little bit of an extra layer of fat, because I was eating good. I could see, you know, a little definition even then, and I haven't changed anything other than, like I say, more higher water content food. So anyhow, let's just finish with this. Now is the time. Summer is the time. If you're ever going to do it, if you're ever going to be a raw vegan, if you're ever going to follow a raw food diet, now is the time. If you roll around and and we're going into the fall and into the winter, and you're talking that same old bullshit smack come January 1st about how you're going to get serious, it's just like you're fooling yourself. Now is the time. And for all the people out there that talk all that, oh, it's too cold, I can't do raw in the winter, I'm gonna flip your logic on you. You won't be watching me by the end of summer, because I'm gonna flip your exact logic on you, okay? Well then, if you can't eat raw in the winter, how can you possibly eat cooked in the summer? It just doesn't feel right. And if you can't have one or the other. Either one is true, they're both true. So now's the time to do it. Do it now. You know, if there was somebody, I would almost say, I kind of hesitate, because this is my house, this is the casa, this is my family home, that I'd almost take somebody in for a week or two just to transition them over. Just make it happen right now in the summer. And even a little bit more, because I know I could handle hanging with some of my Woodstock peeps. If anybody wants a tune-up before Woodstock, maybe because hey, it's got, you know, even though they give you plenty of food, just like I said in that video yesterday, it's all fruit during the day. Now there is an ice cream there, and there are cinnamon rolls there, but it's all raw. So if you're not 100% raw, you may want to tune up a little bit before you go, so you can enjoy the festival more. You know, you don't want to be, if you have been eating not so optimally, you don't want to have to detox at Woodstock. So that's a thought too. Or even just people, you know, hey, maybe we get a caravan, or maybe somebody takes me up to Woodstock. I wouldn't mind driving or riding. So let's just keep that in mind. But summertime is now, and you know, just go with it. Feel the season. I know I am. I'm just excited to see how elevated I can get before this summer is over. Anyhow, enough of my rambling. I don't even know if there was a point to this one. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up, and we'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace.